What if the real danger in Cross Season 2 wasn't the murders, but the mind behind them? Welcome back to Screen Spill, where nothing stays bottled up. By the time we reach the final stretch of Cross Season 2, it becomes clear this isn't just another serial killer story. This is a psychological chess match. And the mastermind isn't just trying to outsmart Alex Cross, he's trying to dominate him. From the first episode, the killer operates differently. He's not impulsive.
He's not sloppy.
Every crime scene feels staged with precision. Every clue feels intentional. This isn't chaos, it's control. And that control becomes the core theme of the season. But here's where it gets interesting. The mastermind doesn't just want to win. He wants to be recognized as superior. He wants Cross to know he's losing. That ego-driven need for validation is what fuels every move. He escalates strategically, pushing Cross emotionally, testing his limits, forcing him to react. For most of the season, it feels like the killer is 5 steps ahead. He anticipates investigations. He manipulates evidence. He studies Cross's history. It's almost like he's dissecting him in real time. But the finale flips that perception. The turning point isn't explosive, it's subtle. Cross realizes something critical. The mastermind needs an audience. The elaborate staging, the symbolic patterns, the escalating theatrics, it's not just strategy. It's performance. This killer doesn't just want to commit crimes. He wants to be admired for them. And that's the weakness. Season 2 smartly reframes intelligence. The mastermind believes intellect equals invincibility. He sees empathy as emotional instability. He assumes Cross's personal attachment to cases makes him predictable. But what he misunderstands is this: Cross's empathy is his advantage. Instead of reacting emotionally in the final episodes, Cross becomes methodical. He slows down. He stops chasing the spectacle and starts studying the ego behind it. And once he identifies that ego as the driving force, the entire structure of the killer's plan begins to unravel. The endgame becomes less about stopping a murder and more about dismantling an illusion. When the confrontation finally happens, it doesn't feel like a typical action climax. There's no exaggerated chaos, no over-the-top spectacle. Instead, there's tension built on psychological collapse. The mastermind realizes, too late, that he miscalculated. He thought he understood Cross completely.
He didn't.
That unraveling is what makes the finale so powerful. The calm superiority fades. The strategic confidence cracks. What's left is a man who built a perfect plan on one fatal flaw: pride. And this is where Season 2 really redeems itself. Earlier episodes struggled slightly with pacing. Some middle arcs felt stretched. But the final stretch tightens everything. The clues connect. The motives sharpen. The psychological themes pay off. This isn't just about catching a criminal. It's about exposing the fragility of control. The mastermind gambled everything on intellectual dominance. But in trying to script the perfect ending, he gave Cross exactly what he needed: predictability. That's the irony. The killer wanted to be remembered as untouchable. Instead, he becomes a case study in overconfidence. And Cross? He wins not because he's louder, not because he's more aggressive, but because he understands people. He understands fear. He understands ego. He understands that behind every calculated monster is a human flaw. That grounded realism is what elevates Season 2. It feels earned. It feels psychological rather than theatrical. And in a genre that often leans into shock value, Cross chooses something smarter: restraint. The high-stakes endgame wasn't about spectacle. It was about ego versus empathy. And empathy won. If you appreciate breakdowns that go deeper than surface-level recaps, you're in the right place. On Screen Spill, we unpack the psychology, the strategy, and the storytelling choices that make or break a season. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Cross Season 2's Mastermind endgame, drop a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about whether Season 3 can raise the stakes even higher. Because here at Screen Spill, nothing stays bottled up.